good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. I just want to come and shed a little light. I just want to shed a little light. In my life, I always wanted to know the outcome. I've always tried to control situations. I've always wanted to know what the end was going to be like because for some odd reason, I didn't like surprises because my surprises were not the surprises that most people have, right? So I tried to control situations, outcomes, and I realized that I was not in control of anything anyway. When situations happen in my life, there was nothing that I can do because God already has the plans of our life set out. He already has what's going to happen in our life set out. We just have to trust Him and we just have to walk it out, right? So I just want to come on here to let you know that even in the midst of the bad that happens in your life, there is purpose. My daughter died in 2021. She was murdered. And there was a girl that called my phone, right? And she was telling me about my daughter's house being on fire. She was calling, and, I never knew who she was. Well, a week ago, I found out who this person was. And the crazy part is, I'm always around this person, I always talk to this person. And for some odd reason, last week, she just thought it was in need for her to tell me that it was her that called my phone. I was so grateful that she told me that because now I can put a face to the person. And in the midst of that, she said, I want to let you know something. Because of your faith, because of you, in the midst of your tears, in the midst of you going through losing your daughter, she said, I seen how you held on to God. She said, even in the midst of your hurt, you held on to God. And she said, I want what she has. Y'all, tears flooded my face and I cried and I said, Lord, you mean to tell me my daughter's death was a place to bring somebody to salvation, to bring somebody to know who you are? That just made me a little more like God. So I was so grateful. I had tears and we were praising God on the phone. She said, I'll never forget you in that red suit. And I know what she was talking about. I was at the police station in that red suit, right? But I want to come on here also to let you know that God orders our steps and our stops. If we surrender to God and say, Lord, let your will be done, His will is not always our will. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling well. My head was hurting and I was going to go get it checked out because I don't play about my head hurting because things have happened in the past. I had a stroke. I'm like, I'm going to go get my head checked. But in the midst of that, I was supposed to go see a person and check on them. And I said, well, I'll just call them and tell them I'll take a rain check and I'll go check on them another day. Well, I got a phone call in the midst of it, and they were like, did you go check on such and such? And I'm like, no, my head is hurting. I'm going to go see about me because if I can't see about me, then I can't be good for nobody else. Well, we walking and talking. I'm talking to the person, and instantly my head stopped hurting. So I'm like, okay, I can go check on that person. So I go to their house to check on them. And I thank the Lord. The person had been on the floor all night long and couldn't get up. See, God knows what He is doing. And I thank the Lord because I know that person was on the floor praying to God. I know that person was saying, Lord, send me help. Oftentimes, God orders our steps and our stops. We don't know why this person is on our heart. We don't know why we want to check on this person. We don't know why this person crosses our mind. But that's an opportunity for you to pray for them. That's an opportunity for you can go see about them, lay eyes on them. We need to stop calling people so much. We need to stop texting people so much. We need to actually get up and go see about a person, lay eyes on them and see how they're doing. We done got so caught up in technology and all these things that we're missing out the importance of family. We're missing out the importance of seeing about people. We're missing out on a person with just a good old conversation because now everybody wants to text everybody. Well, we're missing out on those things and we don't know how people are doing. Okay, I just text them and they didn't respond. Maybe they sleep, maybe. No, maybe they were the person that's on the floor and couldn't get up. So I just want to shed a little light and let you know that when God orders your steps, He orders your stops, His will is done in your life. It looks unorthodox. So just keep trusting God and say, Lord, I don't know where you lead me. I don't know what you're doing. But I do know that if you are leading me, then I'll reach my destination. I'll reach wherever I got to go. And I want somebody to know this. What God has for you is for you. You don't have to worry about nobody stealing it. You don't have to worry about it going to nobody else's door. You don't have to worry about nothing. God will have that blessing in transition just for you. It will not miss nobody else. And I want to tell you, ladies, this. If you waiting on God to send your husband, guess what? He's not going to go to Brenda's door and he's supposed to be at Sally's door. Trust and believe that. God is not crazy. God knows exactly what he's doing, right? God knows how to get you to that person. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't try to make them think you sweet and make them think. You don't have to do nothing. But wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Be still and know that he is God. Whatever God has for you will reach you. Trust me. I'm a living witness. Everything that God had for me, it found my location. So y'all be blessed.